What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet again another week with Keeping It 100. As always, your host,
Vic, Giselle.
and Victor.
Do we hear the? Are we on?
Oh, we're on. I just
No,
don't know
the
if they
video.
can hear me. Yes.
No, this.
Yes, we're good. We're on. Hopefully they can hear me. If you can't hear me, please let me know. I want to hear you.
Cause you see how the thing doesn't say anything. Normally it goes up and down. Sorry, guys. We haven't done this in like 2 weeks, so bear with us.
What doesn't go up and down?
The little mic. Or let's ask people. Can you hear us? Because since we didn't hear the video at first, right?
Yeah, we didn't hear the video, but hello. See. Yeah, see. I can hear me. Yeah, let me know if you can hear me. If not, then we will have to restart this. Please be kind enough to
you are watching us
right now.
Write a comment.
Say yes, dime sí, dime no, si me escucha, si no me escucha, porque queremos hacer esto bien, por favor.
Sí.
Bueno, it's been 2 weeks, two plus weeks, yeah, 2 weeks since we've been live. So things like this happen all the time when it's live show.
I think we introduced ourselves and I said I was Victor.
Yeah, so you're not Victor, right?
No.
What are you?
Who Giselle. Are you? I'm Giselle. Hi, guys.
I'm Victor. Hi. Nice to meet you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. But we wanted to keep it 100 with you guys. As always, this week we wanted to dedicate the whole show to our trip in Colombia. We had an amazing time out there. We went with some friends, and it was kind of a last-minute trip because they kind of asked us to go like probably a month before. And we said, like, we've never been there. Like we always heard about, Colombia, and it's always a great time, to travel to a new place. So we were like, let's do it. So without further ado, before we get into the details, I still haven't had nobody tell me if they can hear us or not. Hopefully they can hear us.
Type in the comments. Can you hear us? Can you not hear us? Do we sound?
They can hear us. Yeah, they can hear us.
Oh!
Yeah, they can hear us. Thank you so much, but you can hear us. You can hear us. But without any further ado, before we continue.
Maybe they're watching us without the volume.
The audio.
Yeah.
Cheers to yet another trip, to yet another experience, and to many more.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I just found out, I guess I didn't know that there were 195 countries, because I guess I never looked that number up. But we have a long way to go.
We got a long way to go. I don't think we even hit double digits. I mean, at least, I don't know if I even hit double digits yet.
I don't.
I don't know. I have to count. I haven't counted. But today's drink is being sponsored by...
They are not sponsoring anything.
Don't code. Like right now we have
free promotion.
We have our fridge has been messed up for like the last week. So we've been surviving off of ice.
You don't know how much you need something until you lose it.
Right.
Because I didn't know that my fridge was so necessary until I lost it, and now everything is in the freezer. The freezer that we have,
a bucket freezer
in the garage that we used to use when we used to do crunchy pork, and everything is there, and it's not the same because you have to defrost everything.
Right, and we're toughing it out. We're waiting on a part to come in so they can replace it and whatnot. Hopefully, the fridge will be back by tomorrow, so that way we can have our lives back again. But I wanted to talk to you guys, give you all the tips, what to do, what not to do, what to see when you go to Colombia, when you decide to go to Colombia, because it is a beautiful, beautiful country. It has a lot of, history, a lot of culture. I feel like people are very friendly, serviceable. So
a lot of customer service. They want to make sure that you're good,
that you feel comfortable. And I think that's the if you're gonna take something out of this, I think you should check it out for yourself, because there's a lot of things that people say and
there's a lot of information. I feel like there's a lot of misinformation because I didn't go to Colombia for a while because there's a lot of people that say that it's very dangerous. Right. You have to watch where you go, what you wear, and things like that. But our experience was
great. So first things first, obviously we had to fly there is we live in Florida, of course. So we took a flight. Our flight was pretty inexpensive, I would say, probably less than $200 each.
Yeah.
And it was round trip. Obviously, we flew Spirit. No shame in our game. We flew Spirit. I made sure it was
like this.
And our backpack also, so we didn't have no carry-on luggage. So that right there was, pretty inexpensive for I think it was like 3 hours and 40 minutes of flight.
Yeah, I felt like less though.
3.5, but it went by really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Our experience with Spirit has never been a bad one. I've never had any issues with Spirit.
It's like you get basic, but you pay like basic prices. Like we fly with just a backpack.
Right.
So that we don't have to pay for their luggage or have to wait for luggage. There's times that, your luggage doesn't arrive with you to trips and you have to make these long lines. Like, no, we avoid all that. Like, we like stress-free travel.
We just get it from the top. We walk out and we're there. So that right there, I think that
and we did the pre-check. We signed up with the TSA
if you guys
pre-check. Which is awesome. You just go online, search up TSA pre-check, and you only pay $85 for 5 years. And you go, they set an appointment, they take your fingerprint, your photo, and then once they give you that number, every time you book your flight, you put in that, it's called a known traveler number, a KTN. And you put that KTN every time that you travel, and then they give you that check so that when you print your boarding pass, you go through the short TSA line. You don't have to go through that long line, especially in Orlando. Orlando lines for the airport are super, super long and stressful. They make you take off your shoes. They make you take out your laptop.
Right.
So through the TSA pre-check, you don't have to take off your shoes. You don't have to take out your laptop. You don't have to even take off your jacket. I had my jacket on. Like, you just like...
It was like a 5-minute wait, maybe. Probably a little bit less.
Yeah.
But one thing to know about the TSA pre-check is that it only works for domestic flights. I know. We went to Colombia. But if you're departing from one of the select airports, then and it's an international flight, then you can use the TSA pre-check. But when you come back from the international airport, you cannot obviously do it because they don't have it.
Yeah.
But it's only for certain domestic airports within the United States. But for $85 for 5 years,
although
it's totally worth it.
The guy did tell us that we should have probably done global entry. That's for international flights, and that includes TSA pre-check. So if you have that, you have both.
Right.
So if you could look into any of them, I think I would definitely recommend it because.
We got a comment. Spirit is like catching a city cab, not a town call, but you get from A to B and from B to A.
Definitely, and that's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need. Some people are different, Some people like to feel good in the inside the plane and comfy seats and like
customer service.
We just like to get from point A to point B, and then when we get to point B, then we like the good treatment.
Now, if you're talking about, a 5 or more hour
flight,
then that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different story.
Then we need the customer service.
Of course.
We need good food.
Right.
That's different.
We need, leg space. We need,
But quick flights.
Yeah. Like quick flights. We're here, you never go wrong with Frontier. You never go wrong with Spirit. You never go wrong with JetBlue. You never go wrong with Southwest. You never go wrong with those.
Yeah.
Never go wrong. But obviously, once we got there, we basically had to have, somebody pick us up, take us from the airport in Medellin to the actual town of Medellin, which I think the airport was maybe like 45-minute ride, like a 45-minute to an hour ride. We didn't take no taxis.
I would say like 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, something. It was quick. It wasn't that bad. But we didn't take no taxi cabs. Obviously, when you get to a touristy spot, obviously you're a tourist and they know you're a tourist. So they try to, get you to pay the high prices.
Yeah.
But we didn't do that because we had hired an escort.
Oh, yes.
So let me tell you a little bit about that. like our transportation was taken care of
But
by.
escorts are different. When you talk about escorts in the U.S., escorts are like women
No, I didn't
who
get
you
that. I'm
hire,
sorry. No, if you thought
and
that,
they.
if you thought that, you're sick and you need help. If you thought that was the type of escort I was talking about. But no, I guess we hired a driver slash companion slash security slash
like
negotiator.
negotiator, everything in one.
Right. So he waited for us there. And basically he took us over to our hotel. And this was this escort, this person was the one that was with us at all times. Like if we wanted to go to the grocery store, if we wanted to eat something, if we wanted to go travel somewhere else, like he would take us.
If we wanted to exchange money, if
Right.
we wanted to do rent a boat, he would
Right.
negotiate it for us.
Like he basically, he was part of the group. He was
if we
with
wanted
us.
to find a lighter.
Right. Like he was part of the group. He was with us. And we didn't know him personally. We met him through one of the people that went with us on the trip because he had used them in the past. And honestly, I would go back again. I would go back again and hire him again because when you look at it, when you look at the cost, it was only costing us like probably like $6 American
$6
an hour.
$6 an hour, way cheaper than a cab ride.
Than a cab, yeah. So it's like when you look at it, it's like you have somebody that knows where he's going. You have somebody that can tell you don't go there, don't go there. Make sure that you're in the right spot. You feel safe. He's taking you in his personal vehicle left and right.
You don't get taken advantage of.
Right. And not only that, but obviously they work for tips as well. So you might think, oh, $6 an hour is cheap. They're trying to be cheap. No, but obviously you give them their tip and, they're happy at the end of the day because at the end of the day, we were happy with their service.
Oh, yeah.
Not only that, it was 6 people. There was 2 drivers for us or 2 people that were like, we were using as a liaison. Thank you so much, Carl, for letting us know it's a liaison. But we were using 2 of them, and honestly,
I've never used that word, liaison.
Liaison, I have.
I didn't even know that's how you pronounce it.
Liaison, yeah. But yes, my first tip is that if you want to have transportation, if you want to feel that you have somebody that can take you in the right places, in the right spots, the right views, because they took us to some nice spots to see some nice views.
Oh yeah. They knew the like good,
the local stuff.
Yeah, but the good stuff, not the stuff that you hear on the internet, like the touristy stuff. They knew like where to go.
Right, and I would definitely, send me a message. I can definitely share the person's information because this is what they do for a living. They're drivers. This is what they dedicate their life to. So if you want to go out there to Colombia and you want to have the same experience, then let me know. I'll share with you his information.
Contacts.
Yeah,
their WhatsApp, and they're awesome. Their cars over there are tiny. Mm-hmm. I feel like only four people per car. So maybe if you're going 5 with a big group, we know 2 different ones.
Well, yeah, no, and they're related. They're related. So this is a family business.
Yeah.
So we will definitely use them again next time we go. So if you're thinking of going to Colombia, let me know. I'll send you all the details, and they're awesome. And I'm telling you, for the price, you can't beat it because you're gonna be spending a lot more if you decide to use cabs and all that. So,
yeah, for sure.
Now. We went to he dropped us off in a hotel. We stayed at the Medellin NH Collection Medellin Royale. Yeah, that's the whole name.
Yes.
That was our first couple nights that we stayed there. I don't know. What do you think? Like, did you like the hotel? Like, I want to know.
The NH Collection, I feel like it was okay. It wasn't, for the name, the Royal, whatever, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was just okay. It didn't have that many, like, amenities or anything like that, but it was, like, in the middle of the town. Right. Like, it was close to Provenza Street. It was close to Calle Parquelleras, like, all the streets that are popular with all the the attractions and things like that, shopping, restaurants, bars, stuff like that.
No, and
casinos.
Yeah, the casinos. Like they were in a really good spot. They were close to the mall too.
Yeah, they're very close to the mall, and it's great because you're gonna want to go to the mall to get money,
to get exchange money if you want to buy clothes.
Yeah,
if you want to buy souvenirs, if you want to buy food. There's coffee. We had a really amazing coffee.
Empanadas.
Juan Valdez coffee. It was great.
Yeah, we brought some back.
So the NH collection, I would give it maybe a 7 out of 10. I would give it 7 out of 10 for you to stay, just because of the price, the location. It was really good. The staff was really friendly. We never had any issues. With nothing. We didn't have no issues checking in. We didn't have any issues checking out.
We didn't have food there just because we wanted to try out different restaurants. So we can't talk about it.
No, exactly. So not only that, but then I guess after the hotel, because remember, you only stay there to sleep and whatnot. Like you just out and about. But once we decided to go to Guatapé, then we decided to, we use our liaison and our escort to take us over to Guatapé. They drove us out there, and we had Airbnb. She had booked an Airbnb in Guatapé.
Yeah, so we went to Guatapé, which is like 2 hours.
It was like an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe ride.
So Medellin is like in the middle of the town.
Right.
And Guatapé is more, was it?
I don't know.
He was explaining to us that it was like northeast, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's like a 2-hour drive. And first of all, let me tell you, the streets over there are super, super narrow. And everything is like a curve, like going up a mountain. It's just mountains and mountains and mountains. So, and they drive like, it's like one way, how you say carril?
One way street.
One way street that way, and then the other one this way. So it's just two, and it's like it's like a freaking roller coaster. When you're driving, because you don't know if the other car is gonna hit you because they're curving and they're driving fast, and it's just crazy. But we made it. And when we went to Guatapé, we stood at this beautiful Airbnb. It was like a villa on the water.
It was by the lake, by the big Guatapé lake, which, if you didn't know, Guatapé, I guess is the name of the town, but the story behind it, and Guatapé, there's this La Piedra del Peñol, which is the big giant rock that you see on all the pictures and on the internet, which is beautiful. You can walk up there. That's the whole experience. We didn't get to do that.
No.
But maybe for next time.
We four-wheeled.
Slow down. Shoot. I'm just explaining Guatapé. So the story behind Guatapé used to be where the lake is, there used to be a town. So they displaced the people from the town to a different section. And then it took them, I believe it was, he told me 9 or 10 years to fill up the whole lake. So right now there's a city under the water, and they have, they have a cross where the church was, and directly under it, that's where the church is, or used to be, basically. So once they built that dam, they displaced all the people, and obviously then now it's one of the biggest tourist attractions that they have out there.
Yeah.
But when we were in Guatapé, we did a couple different things. I think the first day we decided to go on a boat, because we got there late in the afternoon. So our liaison or our escort negotiated a nice little boat trip for us.
But first we went to the Airbnb.
Oh yeah.
And we went on our way. It's crazy because you can't trust every Airbnb, because they'll paint the beautiful picture to you, and they don't tell you that it's very difficult to get to the Airbnb. So when you leave the main road to get into the Airbnb, I think it was like a mile or 2
miles. Yeah,
2 miles of rocky, very rocky road. And I'm telling you, our driver almost lost a tire.
Right.
Trying to get there.
It was really rocky. Their cars are small and low. So, it was a little difficult, but we made it. Once we made it, we did the check-in. It was nice and smooth.
Yeah.
There was
Beautiful.
4 rooms inside the villa, I guess. We have our kitchen, we had our, living area, we had a jacuzzi, and then we had an awesome view of the lake.
Yes, that was beautiful, my God.
And they had, within the Airbnb, I guess there's multiple villas inside the I guess it's like a resort.
Like a
resort. I would call it a resort. And they have like a beach that you can, rent jet skis, you can rent boats, you can do all type of water sports there.
They have a restaurant.
They have a restaurant within the resort too. So you definitely have stuff to do while you're there. But we didn't want to do none of that. We wanted to, visit the city of Guatapé and the town, I guess. So we went out there, and it was almost closing time for these people, and we managed to get a boat tour, or a fast boat.
It was a speedboat. He was going to give us a tour of the whole dam.
The whole dam, Guatapé.
That was over.
We went to the church area. They took us to a part where Pablo Escobar used to have 2 different residences, and that's where he used to party, and he used to wonder what, I couldn't even imagine what he would do out there. But we went out there. We saw the ruins, because it's already ruins, because it's not it's not a stable building that they have right now.
Yeah.
No. But we saw all that. It was a great experience. We were having our drinks. We were having our Colombian rum, which was great.
Yes.
And it was a great experience. Once after we were done with that, we started talking with the same owner, and found out that they do an actual ATV course as well, or ATV tour. So we negotiated, and we got an ATV tour for the next day. So the next day came. Which, by the way, the liaisons and the escorts stayed with us in the Airbnb.
Oh,
the whole entire night.
It made more sense.
Right. It didn't make sense for them to go back and then come pick us up the next day.
Because it was like 2 hour and a half drive.
Right. So they stayed with us. And the next day we went to, I guess, to the same spot, to the town of Guatapé. We had breakfast, which I forgot what was the name of what I had.
He had, it's a typical Colombian breakfast. It's called calentado.
Calentado, right?
So it has
it was rice beans.
Calentado is basically it's food from the day before.
It was food from the day before that they reheated the next morning. So it was rice, beans, an egg. It was an egg. They had a beef. It had also
steak.
No, it was beef.
Arepa.
It had an arepa, and all of that was a full breakfast. And I'm not a big beans fan, so I was like, trying to eat around it. But it was great. Like, it was good. I can't say it wasn't. But then after that, we went ATV, on the ATVs.
Yes.
Like, I started driving around, and then they took us down to like a dirt road. We were driving up the dirt road. It was all fun. Then they decided to take us up to a private area. So we stopped up for a second, and we
got to go back and tell them the story about how our liaisons followed us to the because they took their job so seriously. That's why I wanted to tell them, because so you could feel confident with them. They took their job so seriously and didn't want us to leave us alone, that they followed us in their cars to their dirt road, and their tire popped.
They ended up blowing up a tire, so they had to go back. And I'm telling you, it's like these cars are like this from the ground, and they were like going through the dirt roads and all that.
Yeah.
So they popped their tire. They had to go back and fix it, right? So we continued on, but it came to a point that we went to. It was like a Y, I guess. It was 2 entrances, so we could have either gone this way or we could have gone this way. If you decided to go this way, it said that it was private entrance, do not pass,
do not
military base coming up like something like prohibited, prohibido pasar.
And you do not
de esto
want to
militar.
mess with Colombian military.
Yeah, no, and we're in Colombia, and you're like, damn, damn, you don't even know, so you wanna not kind of do that stuff. So our tour guide decided to go that way. So we're like, oh my god, like, I guess we're gonna follow him. I don't know where we're going, so let's
Nobody
follow
asks
him.
questions.
Nobody asks.
That's the crazy thing. Like nobody asks questions. Then you wonder, like when people go missing.
We just kept going. We just kept going. So we go up. It's a mountain, like a really high mountain. So we go up and down. We're swerving, boop, 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 going up the mountain. Once we get up there, we see the military guy, with a rifle, like a big M16, and I'm like, holy shit, I wasn't scared, but at the same time, I'm like, holy shit, these guys can shoot us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because
like
they can. Like we're
I'm
out
glad
here.
you didn't give me scared vibes because
No,
I would have gotten scared.
But it's my military, training kicked in. It's like if somebody were to come charging to my post in a vehicle like that, I'm gonna question you. I'm gonna ask you questions like, what are you doing here? Get out! Like go, go, go! I'm gonna like at least point at you for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I guess the person who was doing the tour with us knew them. Like he had a really good relationship with them, and he knew that was the best viewing spot from Guatapé. Like no doubt, and he was right, 100% right. So we stop at the top. He talked to the military guys. I guess he gave them a couple bucks. You know what I'm saying? So that way they can keep their mouth shut. And we actually gave them an extra couple tips too. That way they can enjoy that money while out there. And we stopped, took pictures. Which, if you follow me on Facebook, I just posted on my cover profile the picture where we're standing over with the rock, so you can see the view from up there. That was exactly taken from the military viewpoint right there. So that was like higher than the rock,
piedra, yeah,
the Peñón. So it was amazing.
Beautiful. So some people, they go up the stairs. It's about
700 something steps.
I believe it's 700 and something steps, all the way to the top of the piedra. Or you can do a helicopter tour, which I would want to do that sometime if we ever go back to Guatapé. A helicopter tour around the piedra. Or you can go like we did, go four-wheeling and see it from far, but see a nice view of it and take a picture like that.
Right. And then once we were done up there, we went down. We did a couple more like off-road type of terrain.
And I drove.
And it was great.
I drove.
It was great. She was driving. I was scared in the back, holding on to dear life. And basically, once we were done with that, I mean, it was a great experience. After that, we decided we weren't staying another night in Guatapé, so we drove back down to Medellin.
Yeah.
And at that point, we actually stayed at a different hotel, which was called 10 Hotel Categoría Colombia.
10 Hotel Categoría Colombia.
Which this hotel, I think it was better than the first one.
Yeah, I liked it better. I like the vibes better. I like the art. I like that it had the sushi spot in the first floor, but we didn't get to try it, which I'm sad about.
And every floor had a different theme. So every floor, it was like Aztec. It had like different Latin American cultures.
It was like a museum
and it was pretty awesome. The rooms were spacious. I think there were more. The only thing that I didn't like is that they didn't have a balcony or a window from the room. But other than that, the staff was friendly.
It had a window. It just didn't have a balcony.
I had a window, but it didn't open.
Oh, true. But we saw the view.
But the staff was friendly. I think the location for this one was way better just because it was literally a block away from Provenza. It was
where
more walking distance from Calle Higueras? Parquilleras. So it was more walking distance to the stuff that, normally tourists would do and whatnot. So
yeah, for sure.
One thing I almost forgot. When we stayed at the Airbnb, which you guys always have to be careful, and I didn't see it, and I don't think you did either, but our friends told us that while they were hanging out outside in the Airbnb or hanging out in the balcony, a drone was recording them, or a drone came about and recorded them.
Oh yeah.
So I think that was like the only weird thing that happened while we were out there, because it's creepy that you have a drone which you could fly anywhere come to your room and start recording you. And when our friends decided to go outside and kind of, I guess, confront the drone or something, or like kind of try to grab it or something, like it flew away. So who knows what's on the other side watching.
That sounds like a película.
Yeah, that sounds like some creepy perv stuff. But like that happened. So
yeah,
and I'm happy.
just glad that I was sleeping when that happened, because I would have probably been up all night.
Right. No, and not only that we had our windows closed and all that, because who knows? Like if we were to have the doors open, the doors were wide enough that the drone probably could have come in. The drone would have probably come in and recorded us, and it would have been super, super weird. Creepy. Yeah. So that happened. But back in Medellin, everything was great. We didn't have no problem whatsoever. We never felt like we were in danger of some sort. When we went to the casino.
Oh, a couple times. We went to the casino. We played the roulette.
The casino was fun because obviously, you don't want to go to a casino to lose money. You go to win money. But when you look at it, the money conversion from dollars to Colombian peso was
yes, we were rich over there.
$3,800 for $1 American. Or did I say dollar? 3,800 pesos for $1 American. So every time that we would play the roulette, it'll be fun because I'm thinking I'm winning all this money, but when I did the math, in reality, I was only winning probably $80-something.
They would give you $100,000 chips, and then when you convert it, it's like, okay, ma'am, you won $50.
Right. I'm over here thinking oh my God, I got $100,000 chip.
Yeah, so that's one of my favorite things about Colombia, that the money is it lasts so much.
Yeah, I think we spent $1,000 or less than $1,000.
Yeah, it's way different than traveling to Europe, because obviously in Europe you get less euros for your dollar.
Right.
But over there you get almost 4,000 pesos for $1. So I'm telling you, $20 can last you a whole day over
to
there.
Eat. Yeah, for sure. So I think the experience in the other hotel at the 10 Hotel, Categoría Colombia, I think it was better just because of where it was located. We actually went to Provenza. And we smoked hookah, we had drinks while we were there.
Provenza is this really cute street. That's where Karol G recorded her video Provenza, which everybody loves. And it has so many cute restaurants. It has trees. It has the lights at night. It's just very touristy and cute. So we were 2 minutes away from
it. What I really liked about that place is that you didn't see nobody asking you for money or asking you for nothing like in other places. Like when we went to Parque Higueras, that one, you have people coming into you asking you for money, asking you for food. In Provenza, you didn't have that because there was actually security guards. I don't know if you noticed, but there were actually armed security guards that were there. And when somebody would approach the tourists or the people that were there just chilling, then they would ask them to leave. They would just interfere and ask them to leave. So you felt secure. You felt, you were in a good spot. Another thing that we did was Comuna 13.
Yes.
Comuna 13, I guess, if in English. But La Comuna 13, it was back in the day one of the most dangerous communities in the whole world, and right now has been transformed to be one of the top tourist locations.
Do you have a picture?
Yeah, but I couldn't upload.
Oh, okay. So it's that those little houses that you see stacked on top of each other when you see these shows like Narcos or what's another show that they do?
Cartel de los Sapos. Yeah. Whatever Pablo Escobar show.
So just a couple years ago, because this is just recent, that was very, very dangerous. So they just turned this around just a couple years ago. And now it's very touristy, very artsy, a lot of tourists go there, and it's a good photo op.
Right.
And
We had a really good time, like walking around, seeing all the different
long
shops.
walk.
It was a long walk, but it was nice because all the views were amazing of Medellin. You had kids like running around asking you for like soda, like
Sodas.
let me get a gaseosa, and you were just, you feel like, listen, I'm out here as a privilege, like, so why not buy you a soda? You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
enjoy the damn soda, boy. Like, just and not only that, but people were very friendly, very welcoming. We had aguardiente shots. Like, we had a really, really, really good time right there in Comuna 13. I remember eating the little papitas, like round papitas. That was delicious.
We ate so much.
We ate some chicharrón. The chicharrón was amazing too.
Corn on the cob.
Corn on the cob. Like, they had everything. They had everything.
They had
you wanted.
sandwiches.
Yes, everything. They had sausages. The sausages.
Oh, the salchicha colombiana is so good. I feel like we need to buy them more often.
Yeah. Now we know.
We were,
You're ignorant
more,
until you know.
We were more Argentinian sausage people, but we need to have
change
more
it
Colombian sausage in us.
And then I guess we also, when we were in Medellin, we visited Parque Higueras.
Yeah, Parque Higueras. So Parque Higueras is this it's
like a street, like a street kind of plaza type of thing.
Yeah, where the nightlife is crazy, and there's so much there. There's definitely a lot of prostitution. Yep. There's drugs. Anything
illegal you'll find
anything that a bachelor may want is there.
Right.
Or just a crazy non-bachelor may want is there.
Sure.
Whatever floats your boat.
Sure.
But it's really cool. They close. I think they start closing stuff like at 3, 4 in the morning. But it's like a really live atmosphere.
Right.
Like,
it was fun.
I liked it.
And we were ordering bottles. We were, having people come over. That we had some rappers trying to rap to us. Like, that was.
Yeah, it got weird when he was like telling you que tú te ves bien. Like, it was weird.
Who said that?
Like, they were rapping like.
No, he said that I look like Vin Diesel.
Right.
I don't know, because Vin Diesel doesn't have a beard, but I guess they were trying to get their tip.
That's what I'm saying. They
would go with their hat and be like, hey, rapeo, sandungueo, bailoteo, yo lo que quiero es tu money. But
they hustlers.
Yeah, they hustlers for sure. But I appreciate a good hustler.
Yeah.
And like the experience, like I said, I think it was great. So now I want to tell you the don'ts, like the things that you shouldn't do, which to me, or things that we didn't do. For example, don't wear flip flops.
Oh yeah.
Don't wear flip flops.
Don't wear flip flops because, first of all, I mean, go ahead.
Go ahead. Because I've been talking a lot.
Okay.
You don't talk today. What's going on?
I don't know.
Like, you didn't? Were you there with me? Like,
yeah, but okay. you kept talking, so I didn't want to interrupt you.
Interrupt me.
You're passionate. So you don't want to wear flip flops because, first of all, there's a lot of walking.
Yeah.
There's a lot of walking, and there's a lot of walking on hills.
It's a hill. You're on a hill. So
first of all, you don't want there's a lot of traffic and people. You don't want people to step on your feet when you're wearing flip flops.
Not only that's minor. You will be singled out. Like, you will be the tourist. Everybody will know that you are a tourist if you're wearing flip flops. Why? Because in Medellin, there's no beaches. Medellin is like. The weather was like in the mid 70s, I would say mid 70s, probably low 70s.
So they say that cool. Yeah, they say Medellin is the town where it's always spring.
La eterna primavera.
Yeah, so you'll notice during the summer it'll probably get a little bit high 70s, but it'll drop in the night.
Right. And it's always kind of cloudy.
You always
rainy.
have to carry a jacket because at night it's a different story.
Right. And I think that, you don't want to single yourself out like that. So make sure you always wear closed shoes.
Another thing.
if you're watching, if you like everything that we said so far, go ahead and give us a like and share this information, because you might know somebody that wants to know a little bit more
subscribe.
Yeah, and hit that little bell. That way you get all notifications whenever we do go live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Oh my God, I almost changed the time.
7 p.m. Eastern time.
Right. But going back to the things not to do, basically,
don't wear too much shorts. Like don't travel with too many shorts. Right. I would say, because of the weather change.
Right.
I would say bring more like long sleeves, jeans, sneakers. I wouldn't travel with too many heels, because there's too much walking, and I'll probably wear heels one day, but I wouldn't travel.
Yeah, there's too many heels for you to wear.
Yeah. Or travel with heels. Too many with swimsuits, because the weather is not. I wouldn't say it's beach weather or pool weather.
Yeah, no, I would probably jump in the pool if I had the chance.
If it was heated or something, but
it's not what we have a pool right here in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not what I was looking for. It wasn't the
trip for that,
right?
I would say. So don't go all out with your outfits with the crop tops and the like summery outfits. I wouldn't do all that.
And I think the last tip on what not to do is, if you're a man and you wear hats like me, don't wear a New York Yankees hat. Don't wear any sports hat. Don't wear no sports shirt. Nothing that would put you in the pedestal of he's a gringo, he's an American, he's a Yankee. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay away from that. While you're out here in the States, wear it all you want. But when you go out there, try to stay neutral. You know what I'm saying? Try to wear a black hat. I don't know, a hat with no logo or different category. I don't know. Like, just don't wear any sports shirts. Don't sports hat. So
if you don't want to be singled out, if you do want to be singled out,
if you want to be that person,
all the ladies, all the Colombianas to know that you are a gringo,
that you got money,
do that. Yeah. Do everything we just said.
If you want other people coming to you asking you for money or trying to, do something special, this is another thing that, you should avoid, I guess, is that when people come to you and they happen to us, maybe, I don't know, once or twice, people started offering you like a bracelet, or they offered you something, obviously they're not doing it just because they like you. They want something in return. So don't accept it. Like, it happened to us a couple of times. It only worked once, because I thought that the guy was offering you like a little flower made out of a palm tree, which that was
fine. But there's some people that they'll watch you give money to other people, and then they'll intentionally like jump at you from left field right after the other person leaves, right. And then there's some creepy people.
It's like, listen, I gave all my shame.
There's a mix of people.
Just be careful.
Just like everywhere.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, just like everywhere. And I'm not saying that just because it was Colombia. Like, that happens here in the United States too. It happens to me in Orlando. Like, you got to make sure that you're being careful with how you take your money out, where you take your passport to. So just be vigilant about that. Be smart about it, I guess.
For sure.
When it comes to the food,
ooh,
what was your favorite food?
My favorite food was the first day we went to Andres. If you write this down, if you ever go to Medellin, you need to go to Andres Carne de Res and order their appetizer. It's a arepa de choclo, which is like this traditional arepa de maíz, corn,
a corn arepa
with this amazing melted cheese inside, and then this butter that you put on top, and it's just like, wow.
It was delicious. Not only that, but I had
I got hungry.
I forgot the name of the steak. It was corte de punta. Corte de punta steak, which, don't ask me what part of the cow that is, because I don't know.
La punta.
But that was delicious. and it wasn't like, let me tell you this. When you go to Colombia, don't expect a lot of flavor in your food. Expect more like salt, pepper type of
because they
seasoning.
Have the sauces. I feel like that's why they do it, because they have the different piques and sauces that they don't use this
like
a
a lot of
lot
ajo.
of
They don't do sazon. They don't use adobo. They don't use none of that. You know, it's like very salt and pepper. And to me, that's fine. Honestly,
yeah.
I'm not that picky. I love food like that. Um, but I guess to me, I'm trying to think what other food have I had when I was out there.
You had,
I'm drawing a blank. I'm just remembering what I had and that steak.
and in between
We had arepas.
we had the stuffed,
Empanadas.
we had that stuffed arepa. Remember?
Ooh, yes. So what was it? It was one of the plaza. I think it was Plaza. I don't remember the name, but it was one of the plazas or one of the towns, I guess. We went to this hole in the wall where they had like a stuffed arepa,
Yeah.
and it was stuffed. I don't even know what meat did you order.
Oh, it was a colombiana arepa colombiana, and it had chicharrón,
Ooh.
chicken.
Ooh.
It had little trocito de plátano maduro.
Ooh.
I don't even know.
It was a lot of stuff.
Cheese,
It was
a
so
whole
good.
bunch of stuff.
It was so good. It was like huge too.
Yeah,
so
with
it was
the
amazing.
little sauce on top.
But you know, when it comes to food, it was amazing. The cost of the food was
super cheap.
very cheap. Like I'm telling you, with $20, you would eat a whole entire day.
Yes,
easily,
for sure.
Easily.
I'm trying to think what else we ate. We ate a lot of empanadas.
Yeah.
My favorite was empanada ranchera. It has like salami con queso. Sausage. It was like sausage with cheese. We had ice cream. We had we had so many things.
It was a lot.
There's so much to eat over there. One of my favorites was also Andres Carne de Res. It was like como like a puree of yuca with bacon inside.
Ooh.
And then the shrimps on top.
Oh,
it was like garlicky shrimps.
Yeah, that's
so
what
good.
you had.
That was so good.
Yeah. So, guys, if you want to go to Colombia, check it out for yourself. I highly suggest that you go take a trip. We went for 5 days, and I think 5 days was a really good time.
It was good.
You probably could stay a little bit longer and see a little bit more. Oh, almost forgot. We saw Pablo Escobar's tomb.
Yes, the tomb where he's buried.
Right. So we went
to the cemetery
to see Pablo Escobar himself.
Are we gonna tell them the truth, like how he really died?
So you guys want to know? Like, I'm not gonna say.
Tell them first the experience, in case they want to go. Like, there's so many people that love Pablo Escobar. There's so many people that hate Pablo Escobar. But if you're somebody that loves him, there's tours to go visit where he's buried, and you can drink there if you want to. If that's your thing. If you're not scared to drink in a cemetery, and there's this guy that gives you the tour, he'll show you pictures.
Before that, so our liaison or our escort or drivers, they took us there because obviously we're paying them for the hours, so we're like, yo, take us to see Pablo Escobar's tomb. We're in Medellin, we're in Colombia. He's very loved in Medellin. Obviously, there's people that have mixed feelings. Our driver was one of them. They have mixed feelings about them, and that's okay. I am not from Colombia. I am not. I have no vote or opinion whatsoever if he's good or bad. I just know that he suffered or he caused a lot of suffering for other families. I know he did some good things as well. So I'm very neutral when it comes to Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the same way. I haven't watched the shows.
Never?
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, no.
What?
No.
What?
I want to. Now I do.
We're going to stop this show right now.
Are we going to say bye to you right now? No.
Yeah. But we went, saw him. And when we got there, there was this person who was knowledgeable. He knew a lot about his story.
I think he was part of his cartel.
I'm pretty sure he was part of his cartel. The only reason why I say that is because he was showing us pictures of everybody who's buried there. So he's showing us picture of Pablo Escobar. He's showing us picture of his mom, his nephew, his brother, everybody who's there in the same tomb. And he's telling his story. And then he shows us a picture. It says, who does this is blah 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 blah. He was one of the sicarios for Pablo Escobar, but when you look at him and you look at the picture, they're exactly the same.
Yeah,
Obviously, a little
that was
bit younger,
scary.
but they're exactly the same. So we told him, is that you? He's like, no, that's not us. That's not me.
He
Whatever.
couldn't
I think
say.
he was. But he showed us around, he gave us a story, and he's telling us.
We gave him some beer.
Yeah, we gave him some beer, we gave him some tips for the story. But he's telling us while we're there, like, I have to make sure that I say the true story, because the same way that you're here, and I'm talking to you, like sometimes Pablo Escobar's family just shows up around and they just want to hear what I'm saying because they want to make sure that I'm saying the right story. So he's like, I feel responsible that I need to share the right information, because whatever you guys believe and you see on the movies and on the series and all that, it's not true.
Yeah.
And we're like, what?
Maybe we should let them go to Medellin, so they can learn the truth. Or watch it exclusive here.
Yeah, I'll watch it here. It's like, it's not true. And then we're like, what? What are you talking about? Like, he's like, you see that? You remember the picture of the cop, raising Pablo Escobar like he killed him? It's like, that didn't happen. That was a photo op. That was a setup. And we're like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, he said, Pablo Escobar, he killed himself. Pablo Escobar shot himself in the head. And he actually showed us a picture of Pablo Escobar's body laying down and his brain all scattered and all that. But he's like, he shot himself because he said, I rather...
Yo prefiero... What is it?
He said, I'd rather have a tomb in Colombia than a prison cell in the United States.
Yes, but he said in Spanish it sounds better in their accent. I'm not gonna say it in their accent because I mess up. But he was like, prefiero una tumba en Colombia que una cárcel en los Estados Unidos. So he killed himself 1 day after his birthday. And
you're probably asking yourself,
how old was he?
I don't remember how old he was.
I forgot.
And you're probably asking yourself, why they don't say that story? Because we asked them. It's like, why is it that they don't say that story? Why is it that they say that this cop killed him on top of the rooftops? He's like, because if you were to pick either of the two, which one makes a better movie? Which one makes a better Hollywood movie or Hollywood story?
The hero.
He said, the hero one, or the guy that shot himself after he did everything that he did. And it's true. When you think about it, it's like, wow, it's crazy. So everything that you know, everything that you saw, everything that you believed on, it was fake. The real truth of the matter is that Pablo Escobar shot himself to death.
And you learned it here.
And you learned it here.
And keep it 100.
Unless you went out there and you knew about it. But as of right now, you know it here. So if you didn't know this, make sure you share this information. Make sure you share this video, because like this is huge.
Yeah,
it's a big like wow turnaround in your story. But other than that, I think that was the whole trip that we had for 5 days.
But
4
definitely
nights.
Recommend it. Like,
we will definitely go again.
Thinking about going to Colombia, like, don't let anything discourage you. Go have fun. Reach out to us so we can give you the connections that we have. So
send
that
me
you
a
can
message.
feel safe. And this is a person that he takes care of kids. Like, he escorts kids too.
Yeah, he drives around kids.
He has different types of clients. Right. He has women that are escorts that he drive around to different cities and to make their money and.
Right. He has kids that he drops off in school and picks them up from school. So, it's a very trustworthy person. So, Alex, si estás viendo esto, mi hermano, saludo. I can't wait to see you guys again.
They were awesome.
So, you guys were awesome. So, we definitely recommend you guys. So, enough about Colombia.
Yeah, let's talk real estate. So... Let's talk about the
Wait,
home.
before we talk about that,
Yeah.
I want to address this comment because it's been here for the longest now.
Yes.
Say, you two are a blessing with your travels. Exposure is how we learn, and you two are doing an awesome job in sharing your experiences, personal and business.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Carl. We appreciate it.
We love to keep it real, and we like to share what we experience and what we do in our business,
right?
And helping people buy and sell homes,
right? Because people think that that we're just here to post nice pictures and just to be on social media, but we're working really hard to help people accomplish their goals and get what they want out of life eventually when it comes to real estate, at least. But I appreciate the comment, appreciate the sentiment. The fact that you can see that means a lot, because that's what we want. We want to share not only our business side, but we want to also share our personal side, because we're two cool people. So if you're having a party, invite us and we'll be there.
We're two cool people. I like that. I like how you sold that. So let's talk real estate. So great news. A new program has arrived for first-time home buyers who are also hometown heroes. It's called the New Hometown Heroes Program.
Right.
And it rolled out June 1st, so it's like a week, brand new.
Yeah, a week ago.
And the government is obviously giving you up to $25,000. Let me say that again. Up to $25,000 for your down payment,
closing costs,
and your closing costs.
So you might be asking yourself, but who is a hometown hero? So hometown heroes are law enforcement officers, firefighters, educators, medical assistant or healthcare professionals. So
like doctors.
If you're a doctor, if you're RN, if you're in I forgot the name, the initials, but if you're an assistant nurse, you qualify for that too. If you're a childcare employee, so if you work with kids, if you're an active military member, if you're a veteran, you qualify for this loan. There's actually over 90 different occupations that qualify, for this program that we have right now. So basically,
so if you want specifications and if we didn't talk about your occupation,
right,
and you still want to know, there's over 90. So if you want more information, make sure to send us a DM or reach out to us. You have all of our information is on our,
because it's a really great incentive that they're offering first-time home buyers right now. And it's very simple to qualify, honestly. Like, in order for you to qualify, you must be a first-time home buyer. So basically you shouldn't have been owning a home for the last 3 years as a primary home residence. The property that you purchase must be your primary home residence.
You can't be an investor. That's what that means.
Right. Basically, you want to live in the property that you're purchasing and using the program for. You must not exceed the income and loan limits for the county you plan to live in. And if you're in Osceola County and Orange County, right here in Florida, then that means that you can purchase a home up to $421,000. And that's great, because you can definitely find a home for that price. The
credit requirements, they vary. So if you want specifications on that, also reach out so we can talk about that, because it's going to be different for the different programs that there are.
So you can use this Hometown Hero program if you want to use an FHA loan, if you want to use a VA loan, if you want to use a conventional loan, if you want to use a USDA loan, then you definitely qualify for this offer. And you also, you would just have to meet the credit criteria depending on what loan product you want to use. But home buyer education is actually required.
Which is great, because you want to learn what you're getting yourself into. Not everybody knows what it's like to be a homeowner. So this education is good for you as well. So.
And, we can help you with that as well. Like, the person that's going to help you with the loan, they can actually help you with the education as well. So it's not something that you just have to find on your own and try to go crazy about.
It's pretty easy because I did it when I purchased. I purchased my home my first home in 2016. And I received a grant as well from the government, and they required me to take this homeowner course online, and it was pretty easy. It was like, I believe, 2 hours, and then you take a test.
That was quick.
But there might be different ones. Okay. I don't want to say that yours is going to be that long, but I know it was super easy. It took me less than a day to do it.
And then, like Gissel was saying in the beginning, if you qualify, you will receive 5% of the loan amount in down payment assistance, which is a maximum of $25,000.
Yeah. So it all depends on how much the home is worth, but the maximum that you'll get is $25,000, which is a good amount of money. Because when I purchased the homeowner programs that I've seen has been up to, they give up to $7,500 for down payment assistance. When I purchased my house in 2016, they gave me $15,000, but $25,000, that's major.
Huge. That's huge. And if we want to help you make this process simple, so if you're interested in knowing more about the Hometown Heroes program right here in Florida, just send me a message, send me a DM with the word down payment, and I'll make sure to reach out and connect you with our preferred lender. That way they can get you in the right path for the purchase of your home.
Yes, definitely. And you guys might ask, what's the catch? Why are they giving this money?
Right.
Why are they giving this
government that doesn't give free money?
That extra money, they put it as a second loan, but it has 0% interest. Right. So it's not like they're giving you the $25,000 and then you have to pay it back. When you pay it back, it's gonna be 100%. More because of its interest. No, It's not gonna be more. But you do have to pay it back if you sell the home. Once you sell the home, then you have to pay whatever money they gave you back. If they gave you $5,000, you have to pay that back to the government. Right. If you refinance your home, then at that point, then you have to pay that back.
Let's just say if you decide to, if you get yourself out of the deed of the property, then at that point you will have to pay that money back. So the only example that I can think of, and hopefully this doesn't happen to you, is like, let's say you're married and you buy your house with your spouse. You guys decide to get a divorce, and then they get you out of the deed. At that point, then you will have to pay that money back in return. But it is a great incentive. We have a lot of people that always ask us all the time, like, is there any down payment assistance programs? And in the past, there has been down payment assistance programs, but they usually have a high interest rate that you have to pay back. For sure. With this one, it's a 0% interest rate, and you will only have to pay it back if you were to decide to refinance, sell, or get yourself out of the deed. So if you want to know more information about this program, send us a message. There's
no reason that anyone that listed in these occupations should be renting, because $25,000 up to $25,000 is the perfect push that you need to become a homeowner.
Right.
Because when you're a homeowner, you call the shots. You call the shots, not the landlord. Right. You're your own landlord at that point. And, there's a lot of benefits to becoming a homeowner. So if you want to know more information about this program, if you want to know more information about how to become a homeowner, period, make sure you send us a message. We're always available. I'm always, my phone is always with me. I always pick up the phone. And if I don't, I'll make sure to give you a call back as soon as possible. And we have a network everywhere in the United States. So even if you're watching us from another state that's outside of Florida,
right,
we have a huge network, and we're happy to connect you with a knowledgeable realtor that's going to give you an extension of our service. So.
Right. Perfect. I love that. You did a good job today.
Wow. Thank you.
But with that being said, guys, if you have any questions, please drop them down in the comments. We'll make sure to get them answered for you. If you haven't followed us yet on YouTube, make sure you follow Keepin' It 100 with Gissel and Victor. You can search it just like that. Keeping it 100 with Gissel and Victor. And make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell. That way you know exactly when we go live on our shows and every time that we post a new video. But I think this is pretty much it for tonight.
Cheers again, guys. Have an amazing rest of your night.
Hopefully you guys have a really good rest of your night and a good rest of your week. As always, this is your host, Victor and
Gissel this time. I got it right.
And as always, we all love to keep it in 100 with you guys. So
bye.
Peace.